So I'm sure many of you have been doing a lot of spring cleaning in your home, right? I think we're going to have the cleanest houses ever since everybody's been spring cleaning for months now. But what we're talking about is spring cleaning to get rid of that declutter the mind and the body. All right. So hopefully that by the end of this practice, you're going to feel a little bit of rejuvenation, a little bit more energy. And the thing I want to talk about is a healthy immune system. And it really begins in the gut, right? If you are what you eat, it really depends what you're putting in to get that maximal benefit in your body. So what you eat and what you drink and your physical exercise all is part of how detoxing is so important to your overall health. So I like to pay a lot of attention to how I maintain my digestive health and immune system by eating a lot of fruits and vegetables for the fiber, drink a lot of water to cleanse your body, and having some sort of a routine where you get your heart up and have a little bit of sweat also to get out toxins and those unwanted feelings and unwanted thoughts, right? So the twisting poses are really in yoga, the ones that are going to help us get into toning those abdominal muscles. And the thing about twists is that they massage your internal organs and they help facilitate elimination process, which is good. We want to have a very strong elimination process in our body. So they also help us to focus mentally. So when you start to focus mentally, especially if you're holding a twist, what's going to happen there is when your mind is focused and quiet, it also helps you to release stress. So twists are really good for helping releasing stress and anxiety. So let's see, by just starting in today's practice, you might notice we're going to be holding, and we're going to be holding a little bit longer to get that benefit of the twists. All right, so we're going to start first with the breath. So I'm going to invite you to bring your hands, rest them comfortably. Take a comfortable position. So if you need to readjust. Whether your legs are crossed or legs are extended, it should be what feels supported for you right now. And as you begin to settle in, let your mind quiet. Bring yourself into this present moment by following the breath. And the single most thought of just following the breath, being in this present moment. Just notice the inhale and notice your exhale brings you right into this present moment. And in this present moment, I just invite you, as you set your intention for your practice today, is to bring hope into this present moment. I bring hope into the present moment. Perhaps maybe you're feeling like you can soften your gaze. Maybe place one hand on your belly and one hand on your heart. As you begin to take a deep, slow inhale through your nose, feel that sensation in your belly as it starts to grow outward. Feel your ribcage expand, your chest gently rise. As you exhale slowly through your nose, feeling your belly and your ribcage contract and your chest release. Just continue to move through this breathing exercise. This is called the 3-part breath. Breathe deep into the bowl of the belly, into your heart, up through the upper chest, up to your throat, and exhale slowly. And just stay with this for a couple more moments, a couple more cycles. At your own cadence, at your own pace. Maintain your awareness of each breath. Follow the breath in and follow the breath out. One more breath in. On your next exhale, just gently draw the navel center back towards your spine with a little bit more effort in the exhale. So you're starting to get a little bit of tone in the core. So the inhale, you can open your eyes perhaps and start to really expand and lift with your inhale. And then exhale out, squeeze it in, nice and tight. This is where we want to get the blood flowing into the core. Now maybe extend up on the inhale, lift and reach, and then exhale, round it back. Rocking back and forth a few more times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, rock back. Nice big deep core. Squeeze the navel center with a little effort here, more effort. Inhale, lift. And then exhale, lower. And then we're going to do that little spinal wave we've been doing before we start twisting, we want to really open up the muscles and the tissues around the spine. So let's start moving, getting the blood flowing and getting the blood pumping. So we don't want to just jump right into a twist. You want to warm the body up. You want to get the muscles moving, get the juices flowing. Maybe put your fingertips in front of you and really move a little bit. Remember, no right or wrong. I just want you to move into your spinal body, maybe waving back and forth and noticing how that feels today. Don't worry about how you look. There's nobody watching you. There's nobody seeing you here. Just move in a way that feels nice and smooth and flowy. Get the blood flowing. And then slowly come back up to center. Bring the shoulders forward and up and roll them down the back and place your fingertips alongside your body. So we're going to do some side bending stretches to get the spine warmed up. We're going to try to get into the lateral muscles here on the sides. So we're going to make big sweeping motions. So my right fingertips will stay on the floor, but I'm going to take my other arm forward, lean forward, sweep it all the way around in a great big sweeping motion. Inhale and circle that arm around, and we're going to do that again. Sweep it forward and around, bring it up and over. And then the next time when we come up and around and over, we're going to stay in a side bend. As you lean into the side bend, relax the shoulder, bend your elbow, and lean. Keep your hips grounded. And I want you to find that deep breath now. Breathe deep into the bowl of the belly. Fill your lungs and your chest all the way up through your throat. And exhale out. I'm exhaling out through my mouth because it just feels really good. Do that again. And exhale. Remember, only making suggestions. Do what feels right for you. And we're going for at least 5 breaths. Again. Last time. And then as you exhale, make your way up. Lower your fingertips to the floor on the other side of you. And just pause for that moment and feel the felt sensations in your body now. One side versus the other. Now we'll take the opposite arm and move in the opposite direction. So lean forward, sweep your arm around like a big circle. You're circling your body, kind of like you're drawing a lasso around your whole body. And then reach forward, go nice and long with a big circle around your whole body. And then the next time when we come up and over, you're gonna hold. Lean over, you can soften that elbow. Make sure your hips feel nice and grounded, and feel that stretch as you breathe into the side ribs. Fill your lungs, your ribcage, your throat, and then exhale out. And again, fill your lungs. And exhale, release. 3 more. Focus on the sensations as you breathe. And 1 more. Make your way back up and notice how that feels. Now, maybe you might like to extend your legs out long now and cross them and maybe extend them into a wide V. And notice how that sensation feels in your body. Sit up nice and tall. And if you're feeling any discomfort in the low back, placing a pillow or a blanket under your hips is very supportive and very helpful so that you could feel a little bit more stable here. So What we're going to do is we're going to start in a gentle twisting. All right, so again, up to you. Listen to your body. And we're going to extend the arms out to the side. And we're going to bring opposite arm towards the opposite toe. You don't have to touch the toe, just reach. And then we're going to cross over. And then we're going to cross over. 2. I'm going to do this 10 times. 3. Nice and slow. It's not a race. I want you to just feel the stretching 4 on the side body. 5. 6. 7. 8. Warming up. Feel the blood starting to flow. 9. In your spine. Be very mindful. Now, on the next time you twist, you're going to hold. Now, whether you don't have to go for the toes. Just, you're going to maintain wherever your hand rests, on your thigh, your knee, your shin. Sit up tall and look over the shoulder. As you maintain that, we're going to hold for 5 breaths. And as you hold the breath, this is when I invite you to focus on the sensations in your spine. See if you can root down and lift up through the crown of your head as you pivot on your spine. Take another big inhale. And then on the next exhale, you're going to release your arms and come to the opposite side. And again, find the place that feels right for you. Some of you maybe go for your toes if that's available. Some of you might be on your shin or on your thigh. Just take a place that feels available to you today without any twinging. There should be no discomfort here. There should be no pain. What I want you to really do is create length in your spine as you sit up tall, rooting down through your sit bones and twisting like your spine is on an axis. You're on the axis of your spine as you exhale out. Keep breathing deep, exhaling out. We'll do 2 more breaths on this side. Exhale out. And 1 more time. And then as you release, slowly come back to center. I'll invite you to just bring your feet together, maybe just little Baddha Konasana. This is bound angle or butterfly. And just make little hip flutters. Let's open up the hips and just notice that felt sensation. Good. We'll make our way onto all fours just to do a couple cat and cow in the spine. All right, so make your way onto all fours. If you need any support under your knees, go right ahead. But in this cat and cow variation, I'm going to invite you to, you're going to add the bent elbows. It's like the sliding cat and cow. So what I mean with that is you're going to bend your elbows. You're going to inhale like you're scooping up through your chin, your throat, and your neck as you lift forward into your cow. And then you're going to bend your elbows, slide back, and come right into your cat, rounding your back. So there's a little bit more movement here. Bend your elbows. Inhale, slide up and look forward and up. And then bend your elbows, slide back, and round your back into cat. Try that a few more times on your own. Just experience that. Bend your elbows. Keep your elbows hugging towards your midline. Try to avoid chicken arms as you round back. Press your heart all the way up. Navel center, squeeze tight. Let's do 2 more rounds. Exhale back. Really press your heart up towards the sky. 1 more time. And then as you exhale here, hold, press the heart towards the back of your spine, rather, is what I meant to say. And then shift your hips way back into your child's pose. Extend your arms way out in front of you. Stretch your spine nice and long and feel the length of your spine. Connect that connection of the crown of your head down through the back of your neck, all the way down through your tailbone. Feel and follow the direction of your spine. Notice how this feels. Tippy toe your hands off to the side of your mat and take a side bend here. Feel the stretch through the left side of your body. If you want to get a little bit deeper into this, take the palm of your left hand on top of the back of your right hand, and you're going to feel a little bit deeper stretch through the side body. And breathe into that sensation with a big inhale and a big exhale. One more breath. Come back to center. Feel the relationship of aligning your spine, and then move the hands to the other side. Stretch, feel the sensation on the opposite side of your body. If you choose to go deeper, place the palm of your hand on top of the left hand. Breathe deep. And then come back through center. We're going to come back up onto all fours. And then I'm going to invite you to tuck your toes underneath. Draw the shoulder blades down the back. And then lift up into your downward dog. So if this is your first downward dog of the day, this is where I invite you to walk your dog. Downward dog is a great way to really connect to your breath and check in with yourself. This is how your parasympathetic nervous system starts to recognize that you're safe and you're calm here, and that this pose is really a great one for your gut health. So draw the shoulder blades down the back. See if you can find stillness here. So notice the connection of your palms to your mat. I always like to envision that my arms are two great big straws, just drawing up the energy from the earth. So draw up all Earth's energy through your arms, down your spine to your tailbone. And feel the connection from your feet, up through the back body of your legs, up all the way up to your sacrum. Bend your knees, and then very gently now, look forward and walk up towards the front of your mats. We're going to just take a forward fold here. Your feet should be about hip width apart. And grab onto your forearms, your elbows, and just gently sway. As you sway, soften your neck. Maybe shake your head no, shake your head yes. As you sway from side to side, just notice the spinal body. This is a really nice inversion. Notice how this feels in your body today. And then we're going to slowly start to make your way up to stand. As we come all the way up to stand, bring your shoulders forward and up and down your back. So we're going to do a couple sun salutation breaths just to get energized and to get the body nice and warmed up. So your feet are comfortable hip width distance apart. You're going to sweep your arms all the way out to the sides. If you lift your arms overhead, perhaps you like to look up. If that's available in your neck, look up. And then as you exhale, you're going to hinge from your hips, knees soft, and forward fold all the way down. Fingertips down towards the floor. If your feet don't touch the floor, no worries. Grab onto your shins or your thighs. And then inhale, come halfway up. We call this a half salute. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees and come all the way up to stand again. Okay, so we're going to repeat that 2 more times. As you bring your arms up, I like to come right down through the center here, hands to heart, to complete the action. 2 more sun salutes in that way. So inhale, sweep your arms all the way out and up. Maybe look up. Gentle back bend if that's available. And then on your exhale, hinge from your hips. Nice dive forward, nice and slow. Really feel the movement in your spine and your back body as you exhale. Inhale, come halfway up. Lengthen your neck and your spine. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up. Press down through your feet to lift and rise all the way up. Look up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart as you exhale. Last time, inhale all the way up, look up. As you exhale, hinge from your hips, lean forward, knees soft. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale, lengthen your neck and your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up, palms to touch. Exhale, hands to heart. Bring your hands down by your side and just observe and notice the felt sensation now of that movement up and down your body and your spine. So now we're going to begin to move into a little bit more of a flow. But remember, when we hold the poses, I'm going to invite you to hold them at least from 3 to 5 breaths and maybe even up to 10 breaths. Now, if you find holding a pose for 10 breaths is just too challenging for you today, you're going to come out of it. But if you can hold it for 10 breaths, hold it. Feel that felt sensation of really going deep into the body, focusing your mind on your breath and holding a pose. This also will generate more heat and muscle strength and endurance, okay? So the first pose we're going to wind up holding is going to be a standard lunge, but we're going to work our way through that, okay? So let's take a nice big inhale. We'll start here, come all the way up, inhale. On our exhale, we're going to come all the way forward again, forward fold. Fingertips to the floor, bow your head down. Inhale, come halfway up. Make your way back to your downward dog as you exhale. Plant your palms down on the floor, find your downward dog. Draw your shoulder blades down the back. Feel that felt connection to your downward dog. We're going to lift your right leg all the way up to the sky. So that's called a three-legged dog. Lift up. I'll invite you to bend your right knee to try to just open up your hip just a bit here. Notice how that feels. Feel that stretch across the front of your quad and your glutes. Lift your right leg back up to the sky, and then you're going to step it forward towards your right hand. So as you do that, look towards your right hand, step your right foot forward, adjust your back foot to a position that makes you feel stable and steady. And then your inhale, we're going to lift up. So here, we're going to prep for high lunge or crescent lunge. So find a comfortable distance in your feet. Remember, when we build a pose, you start from the foundation up. So once you find your feet, your toes are facing the short edge of your mat, so are your knees. Make sure your knee, you can look over your right knee, see your toes. Your hips are squared, your shoulders are squared, and you're going to add your arms. So your arms can be parallel. Some of you might choose to place your palms together. Some of you might like to do the temple mudra, where you make the fingers like the temple, index fingers pointing out, and bring them between near your ears. So your biceps are alongside your shoulders, if your shoulders allow that. If your shoulders don't like that, then make a modification and modify what I call cactus arms, okay? So already you're probably breathing here 2 or 3 breaths, so let's do 5 breaths together here. Focus on your breath. Being stable, being steady, holding strong. Remember, you can back off a pose at any time. You don't have to wait for me to give you that cue. Remember, this is your practice. One more breath together. On your exhale, we'll go into cartwheel the hands back to the floor, and you're going to step your right foot back to meet your left, downward dog. Make sure you draw those shoulder blades down the back. Feel that connection in the shoulder girdle. Soft knees, lift your left leg up to the sky. Bend your left knee if that's available for you to roll and open up that left hip. Nice stacking of the hips. Spread your toes. Feel that opening in the hip joint. Take another breath here. Extend the leg long, and then on your exhale, you're going to step your left foot up towards your left hand. You're going to adjust your back foot so that you feel nice and stable and steady. Make your way back up to your crescent lunge. Again, knees and toes facing the short edge of your mat. Make sure you feel stable and steady in your pelvis. Shoulders over the hips, and then add the arms. Any variation of arms, again, cactus arms, parallel arms, or palms touching. So this is a beautiful, keep breathing. This is a balancing pose. It's a heart opening pose. It's a back bend if you want it to be. This is very enlivening, creates a lot of heat, focus, breath. Let's take 2 more together. Last one. Cartwheel your hands back to the floor again. We're going to step back into your downward dog. In your downward dog, this is a moment, if you choose to, you can come into child's pose. So drop your knees, shift your hips back, and just even get the weight off your hands by bringing your arms behind you. Shake your wrists out, open and close, and circle. So just observe the body now. Notice what you're feeling. Because when we come up again into your downward dog, make your way back into your downward dog. And we're going to make our way back into our crescent lunge, but we'll add the twist. So when you're ready, I'm going to invite you to lift your right leg up to the sky, step your right foot forward towards your right hand, adjust your back foot, and then inhale as you come up. Make sure you're stacking your shoulders over your hips. So remember, I'm going to give you lots of choices today. If for whatever reason, if you don't want to add a twist to this, you can stay back where you were and lunge. If you want to offer a couple of twist options, one is to just place your left hand on your thigh, your right hand on your hip, and look over your shoulder. So that's one option to twist. Another option is to open the arms, expand them out. And then another option is to bring your hands to your heart and elbow to your knee. So each one is a little bit more challenging than the other. Listen to your body because we're going to hold here. So find the breath, find your balance, find a focal point for breath to gaze at. And breathe. Find the stillness. Focus. Keep your spine long. So once you twist here, your internal organs are really being massaged together. Keep the spine long, lengthening the spine. 2 more breaths. And then everyone make your way back to your downward dog. Wherever you are, place your fingertips down to the mat. Step your right foot back to meet your left. Pause here. Lengthen out your spine. Give your spine and your back a moment to readjust. And then we're going to move on to the other side. Left leg lifts up. Step your left foot forward. Adjust the back leg appropriately. Stand to your high lunge. Again, options on twists. You can stay here, or you can bring your right hand to your left leg, left hand to your hip, look over your left shoulder. Option, do airplane arms, spread your arms parallel to the floor. Option 3 is hands to heart, elbow to knee, and go in for a deeper twist. And again, listen to your body and notice one side might feel very different than the other. So if you choose to adjust this side differently, it doesn't have to be exactly the same. I want you to find the comfort and ease of the posture as you breathe in and as you breathe out. Remember to focus at a gazing point for stability. This is a balance. It's a challenge. When you focus your mind, it brings you into a deeper space within. Feel the body. One more breath. As you exhale, slowly make your way back towards your downward dog. Pedal your feet out. You need to take a moment to rest. You can always go into child's pose. Remember, you always have that choice. Now we're going to move into side angle. So I'm going to extend the right leg up. You're going to step your right foot forward. Now spin the heel of the back foot flat on the floor. And slowly you can rest your hands on your thighs and then push yourself up. Now, side angle pose. We're going to do the variation where you bring your right forearm to your right thigh and lean into that. So this is a really nice side bending pose. Gets into those obliques. And I'm going to give you a couple choices here. So right now you can keep the right hand on the thigh. Your left hand can rest on your spine. You may also choose to bring your arm straight out behind you. You may choose to sweep it overhead, or you may choose to extend the arm all the way up towards the ceiling. Now, when you do that, make sure that you're not crunching into the shoulder. A lot of times everyone starts to crunch into that shoulder. I want you to feel spaciousness here, really strong legs. So this is where you really ground into your feet. Use those strong thigh muscles to support you, your spine muscles, and really expand here. Find the power of the breath. Hold. Notice what's going on in your mind when you're holding a pose. You're wondering, when am I getting out of this? Or just stay with the breath. Let's finish with one more breath together. Inhale. As you exhale, make your way back down to the mat, back into your downward dog. Find your breath in your downward dog. And then we're going to move to the other side. So lift your left leg up and step your left foot forward. Spin the heel of your right foot onto the floor. And then slowly come on up. And bring your left forearm to your left thigh. Now, again, options here. Your right hand can stay on your hip. It can go out behind you. You can sweep it in front over your ear or lift it all the way up. Again, you want to find really strong legs. Get grounded through your feet. Find that breath. And breathe. Side angle pose really targets your oblique muscles. And this pose helps to compress the abdominal cavity. You might feel that on that inner side, that compression. This also helps to facilitate your lymphatic system. And that helps to stimulate the detoxification process of your entire digestive organs. So know that you're doing a lot of good right now. So really breathe into it. Get the blood flowing. The blood brings fresh oxygen to your tissues, to your organs, to your cells. So let this breath, your breaths, be very powerful for you. And as you exhale, think about exhaling out anything that doesn't serve you. Let go of all those toxins. We'll do one more. And then exhale, we're going to make our way back down to your downward dog. And then let's take a moment here to come onto hands and knees and take your child's pose. And when you're in your child's pose, just notice. Notice what you're feeling. Notice what your thoughts are. Maybe this is a little bit different practice than what we've been doing. And just notice how that feels in your body today. No judgment. It's just trying to be aware of what those felt sensations are for you today as you breathe in and as you breathe out. Good. Make your way. Now we're going to go back into side angle. So that means your right leg is going to come up. Step your right foot up. Spin the heel of your left foot back to the floor. Right elbow back to the right thigh. Now, what I'm going to offer to you is we're going to do this pose again, maybe with a twist. The twist here is if it's available to you. If this is not available, you're not going to do it, right? So if you can take the right elbow to the right thigh, bring your left hand behind your back of your hand to the back of your spine. Notice where you can go with that. Now, for some of you, you might be able to bind. Now, if you have a twingy back going on today, just skip this pose. Don't do the bind, please. I don't want anyone to get too wound up in this posture, but this is a deep twist. But if you can get your hand, shoulder on the inside of I'm turning around to demonstrate. You're going to get your right shoulder underneath your right knee and see if you can bring your arms behind to grab. Now, sometimes just grabbing the back of your shirt will do, or the back of your pants, but this is a deep twist. And now, if you're here or if you're in here, this is fine. Listen to your body. Don't do something that you're not ready to take on today, okay? So whatever pose you have, we're just going to stay for 2 more breaths. Breath in and breath out. 1 more. Release your hands to the floor and step back into your downward dog. Woo! That was a very challenging twist. Again, these deep twists are very cleansing to your lymphatic system. So now we'll move to the other side. So left leg up, step your left foot forward, right heel to the floor. As you come up, again, setup could be extended side angle like you did before, left elbow or left forearm on your left thigh. Your arm could be here, or if you're going to bring it behind your back for the bind, bring it behind. Slide your left hand underneath that left leg and see if you can clasp hands. So take your variation. We'll stay here for at least 3 poses, 3 breaths. Breath in and breath out. Breath in, breath out. Last time. And as you exhale, make your way back. Hands to the floor. Step back to your downward dog. Pedal your feet out. And then extend your right leg up to the sky. Step your right foot forward. The heel of your left foot flat on the floor as you come up to stand. We're going to move into triangle. So straighten your right leg and adjust your back foot for what feels right in your pelvis. So I really feel that everyone's individual here. I like my back foot at about a 45-degree angle, which gives my pelvis some room to free up so that I can now, I want to work in triangle where my shoulders are over my hips, okay? Now in triangle pose, I'm going to slowly shift my pelvis back. This creates a little bit more space in that right hip crease. Extend that right arm, lower to my thigh, and then add the other arm. Now some of you might go deeper, depending on where you are in your practice. Your right hand may go to your shin. Your right hand may go to your ankle. Take the variation that feels appropriate for you. And then find your breath because you're going to hold it. Breath in, breath out, nice and strong. Fingertips spread wide, expansive arms, strong legs. Beautiful. And then as you exhale, you're going to bend that right knee and make your way back to your downward dog. Notice your breath. Notice how the body feels. As we prepare for the opposite side, left leg lifts and step your left foot forward. The heel of the right foot comes to the floor as you move your way up to stand. Again, make the adjustment on that right heel, your back of your foot, so that there's a slight angle, so that you feel a little bit of freedom in your pelvis. You don't want to feel any twisting or torque on the low back. So that's why creating that space in your hips helps. Shoulders over hips. Again, you're going to shift the pelvis back to create a little space. Extend your arm over the thigh as you lean, and then add the arm. So keep your spine long, the back of your neck long in your triangle. So feel that expansion. We're moving into this lateral again. And we're doing this triangle pose as a prep to get us into the triangle with a twist, okay? So I just want you to get that felt sensation of really rooting down through the legs. Find that breath, the strength of your breath as you breathe deep. On your exhale, really bring that navel center to the back of the spine. Create length. One more breath. As we exhale, bend your knee, cartwheel your hands back to your mat, and step back into your downward dog. Pedal out your feet for a moment or two. Observe your body. Take a child's pose if that's what you need right now. Keep listening to whatever your own body is guiding you. If your body's saying, give yourself a break between postures, go right ahead. As we prepare now for triangle, revolve triangle, you're going to lift your right leg up to the sky, step your right foot forward, the heel of the left foot flat on the floor. As you inhale, come up to stand. I like to bring my hands to my hips just as a sense of finding my stability, shoulders, hips, and feet grounded. To make a revolve triangle is to me one of the toughest twists that there are. So I really want you to use caution if you have not very familiar with this pose. But as you hinge from your hips, you're going to lean forward. Take your left hand to the extended right leg. Now, whether you hold it in front of the leg, that's fine. And right hand to your hip. And just open up your shoulders. That's one variation. Okay? So listen, if that feels supported for you, stay here. If you feel like you want to add the arms, you can extend that right arm up. Some of you might want to go deeper with that lower arm, and that's really where you have to play in your practice what feels right for you. Some of you may even have your fingertips to the floor variation, but this is a very difficult variation. Listen to your body. Focus on your breath. Take one more breath. As you exhale, bend your knees, place your hands to the mat, and step back into your downward dog. Notice those physical sensations now in your body and in your breath. We're prepped for the left side now. Lift your left leg up. Step your left foot up to your left hand. Place the right foot flat on the floor at a 45-degree angle or an angle that feels supported for you. And again, make sure your stance feels stable and steady. You take your right arm, extend your right arm, place your right arm on that left, maybe shin or thigh. Left hand can be on the left hip and rotate and spin over the left shoulder. That's one variation. If you choose to go deeper, slide your hand down your shin or your ankle, and then add the opposite arm up towards the ceiling. And again, if this feels too extreme, you're not going to do that. Take one more breath. Big inhale, big exhale. Really stay grounded in the feet. One more time. And then when you exhale out, bend your knees, place your palms down to the earth, and step back into your downward dog. And let's everyone take a moment here. Take your child's pose. Shift your hips back. Maybe rest your forehead on your arms. And just observe. Notice how that all feels in your body. We have one more standing variation before we move down onto doing some core work. So I'll invite you to make your way back up into your downward dog. You're going to lift your right leg up to the sky and step your right foot forward. We're going to make our way into the half moon standing balance. So if you choose not to do any balancing poses today for whatever the reason, you can just place your right hand here and just kind of just stay in this kind of a lunge position or stand up in a lunge if this is what you choose to do today. If you're going to do the half moon, you're going to take your right hand, place it on the floor out to the right of your right leg. You're going to step onto the right leg and lift that left leg up. Keep focusing down at your fingertips of the arm on the floor, your right hand. Maybe lift the left arm up towards the sky. Now that's variation here is a half moon. Now if we want to take half moon with a twist, lower your fingers of your left hand to the floor. Slowly square your left leg and your hips to the floor. So now if you imagine you had headlights on your hips, they would be facing the floor and your toes would be pointing towards the floor. And if you choose to add the twist here, twist with the balance. This is a bit of a challenge, but if you choose to bring your right arm up and twist, look up towards the ceiling, press through the heel of your back foot. And again, this is a very challenging twist. If this is too much today, please skip this pose. Just take a variation, lower the foot, listen to your body. Good. Now step back, left foot comes back, right foot slides back into your downward dog. In your downward dog, just take a moment, observe the energetic flow in your body. Feel the energy moving up and down. Left leg now, lift your left leg up, step your left foot up towards your left hand. Now, if you're going to transition into half moon, bring your left hand slightly as a diagonal off your left foot in front of you, so that when you step up onto the left foot, your left arm is supporting your shoulder. As you lift the back leg up, lift it up, stack your shoulders, add the balance by extending your arm if you choose to. So this is the half moon standing balance posture. Create length in your spine and feel that energy moving out from the crown of your head, out through your fingers, out through your legs. Really feel that energetic release through your limbs. Now, if you choose to add the twist, lower the right fingertips to the floor. At the same time, square your hips. So that means you're going to bring your right hip and toes towards the floor. So there's a big adjustment in your posture here. Make sure you bring your pelvis and hips squared to the floor. Your right hand is under your right shoulder now for support. And if you choose to add the twist, the left arm goes out to the side and you spin on that axis. Lift up the left arm, strong through the left leg, press out through the heel of your right foot. Really strong, reaching out through all the limbs of your body. Take another breath, and then to come out of this pose, lower your hands, lower the back foot to the floor, and we're going to go right into lowering that knee to the floor and coming into a seated position, so that when you come into sit, your left leg is in a position to come over your right. Sitting up nice and tall, so that if this is too much for your hips, extend the right leg out and the left leg crosses over the right. Sit up nice and tall and just observe. So now we're going to take a seated twist. Bring your right arm around that left knee, left arm in front, and then I always like to sweep my arm up, over, and behind me. So now my spine should be nice and open to a twist. Spin on that axis and look over your left shoulder. Lengthen up the spine. Reach up through the crown of your head as you're grounding down through your sit bones. come out of this posture, slowly unwind. Bring yourself to the opposite side of your mat and just gently bow yourself in towards yourself. So like you're unwinding the spring. Just gently release the spine. And then bring yourself back up. Extend your left leg out, maybe give it a little shake. And then bend your right knee and cross it over if that's available. If that doesn't feel right today, just keep the foot on one side. Always know you have choices. Sit up tall, hug that knee into your chest. You're going to hug your left arm around the right knee. Your right arm is going to reach up and windmill behind and twist to look over to the right. And again, be mindful of what's going on in your own body today. As you look towards the right side of your body, sit grounded through your sit bones. The extended leg, the toes are pointing up towards the ceiling. You're lifting up through the crown of your head as you twist gently to your right. You might choose to just gently tilt your chin towards the right shoulder and feel an additional stretch in the back of your neck. Take a breath. As you exhale, unwind to the opposite side. Come back up to center and then shake it out. Good job. All right, we're down to the end of the practice. I want to add one more core move here and in a core twist, if it's available to you. I really want to get into those intrinsic core muscles a little bit deeper, and using your breath is really going to be powerful here. So I really want you to, when you exhale out in this next posture, I really want you to exhale all the way, all the way, all the way out on the twist, and then the inhale will be on when you come back to neutral. Okay, so we're going to come onto our backs, right? So we're gonna, this posture, I kind of refer to your inner muscles, your sticky innie, okay? Your sticky inner muscles. We're gonna really try to, like glue, squeeze everything in nice and tight in this move, okay? So think of that, we're really trying to get the transverse abdominis and oblique muscles here, nice and deep, okay? So as you come onto your back, we're gonna do the eagle pose, and for everyone it'll be a different variation. You can cross your right knee over your left, and if available, lift your knees above your hips. Some of you might be able to wrap your ankle under your calf. If you can, go right ahead. If not, that's okay. You're gonna lift your hands behind your head. And we're going to, the inhale will be here when your spine is long. So when we exhale and twist, you're going to bring your elbow across your knee and exhale all the way, all the way out. Get all the breath out as you exhale. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twist to the other side. Exhale all the way out. Inhale back to center. Twist to the other side, exhale all the way out. As you exhale, really press, feel the muscles in the back body pressing into your mat. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twist to the opposite side. Again, as you exhale out, exhale all the way, all the way, all the way out. Squeeze, squeeze your abdominals as tight as you can. Inhale back to center. Uncross your legs and then hug them in. Rock from side to side. And just take a moment here and notice that felt sensation. You can feel as you're squeezing how powerful your core muscles really are. And we really want to squeeze out all the breath, okay? So now we just have to do one more side. So feet back on the knees bent, cross your left knee over your right. Lift your knees above your hips. If you can cross full eagle legs, go right ahead. If not, no, don't worry. Make sure you keep your hips grounded. Interlace your hands behind the back of your head. You're going to inhale here when your spine is long. That's your inhale. On your exhale, bring your elbow across towards your knees and exhale all the way out, all the way, all the way out. Press your low back bone, spine into your mat. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the opposite side, cross over, exhale all the way, all the way, all the way out. Hold, hold, hold till all the air is gone. Inhale back to center. Again, repeat. Exhale, cross. Exhale all the way out. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Inhale back to center. Opposite side. Exhale all the way out. Press your low back. Squeeze those core muscles into the earth. Back to center. We have one more to do. You're almost there. Exhale all the way, all the way, all the way out. Inhale back to center. Last time, you've got this. Let's do it. Exhale, twist, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Exhale, no more air left in your lungs before you release. Come back to center. Woo, uncross, straighten your legs, reach your arms overhead. You did it. Inhale, fill your lungs. Exhale, out through the mouth. And just be the witness to that felt sensation now in your body. Feel the release. Let everything go. Feel that blood pumping all around your internal organs. You've just detoxified all those internal organs. Give your belly a little belly rub. This feels good. Just to massage a little bit more all the area. You want to now stimulate evacuation. I want to encourage you to drink a lot of water after today's practice to really flush out all your toxins, okay? And then maybe bring your knees into your chest and rock from side to side. We're gonna take any last minute stretches that you might need for this practice, making sure that you're nice and relaxed. Okay, good. Find that last minute posture for you that feels supportive. Extend your legs all the way out or bend your knees. Take whatever variation that you choose. As we take the next 3 to 5 minutes to just settle into Shavasana. Listen to your body. Listen to your breath. Breath in and breath out. Feel the places where your body begins to settle. Notice the support beneath your head and your shoulders, your spine, your hips, your legs, and your arms. Let your entire body rest in stillness now. Make that connection to the breath. Feel the breath as you breathe in and breathe out without any effort now. Let go of any effort in the breathing now. Come into that present moment by just following your breath. Breath in, breath out. So for the next 2 minutes, resting in stillness with your own breath, just the flow of the breath. Breath in and breath out. And slowly now allow your awareness to gently come back into the physical body by moving your fingers and moving your toes. And when you're ready to take a nice long stretch, maybe extend your arms overhead, stretch and reach. Press out through your legs. And then as you're ready to exhale, gently bend your knees. Place the soles of the feet either on the earth, or you might choose to gather your knees into your chest and rock from side to side, or just lay on your back or roll onto your side. I invite you to just feel the intelligence of your own body guide you into what you need in this moment. Pause in this moment of silence, recognizing that any time that you choose to come to this sanctuary within, that place of your own calm and inner peace, that it is always there waiting for you to arrive. And then very slowly now, wherever you are, you can choose to stay here, and that's fine. There's no need to have to get up. But if you choose to slowly push yourself up, come back up into seated position, perhaps gather your hands to your heart, pause in that place within that feels something like gratitude, and consider one blessing today that you can be grateful for. I'm grateful to all of you for allowing me the honor to hold this space and share these practices. And I wish you peace. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Namaste.